So at approximately 2:10 a.m., Saturday or Sunday morning, officers were on routine patrol in the area of the Vina Game Room, which is located at 12809 Adelia Road. The suspect, a 34-year-old Seth Michael Anderson, was seen at the Vina Game Room and was recognized as a known felon with a history of evading police. Uniformed officers requested covert deployment officers in Air 1 for assistance. The suspect then left the game room in a 2012 four-door Infiniti, and covert deployment officers followed the suspect into the Everly apartment complex located at 9350 Skillman Street. Marked squad cars entered the apartment complex. At approximately 2:23 a.m., the suspect had backed into a parking space. As Officer Hem was passing, the suspect rammed Officer Hem's marked patrol car. The suspect then backed up, and in fleeing from the officers, he used his vehicle to strike Officer Parker's vehicle, injuring Officer Parker. The suspect fled, and a vehicle pursuit ensued through the complex. At approximately 2:24 a.m. during the pursuit, the suspect struck another squad car, injuring Officers Mueller and DeLuna. The suspect then drove into a dead end, resulting in him being boxed in by Officer Hem using his marked patrol car. So a short time later, the suspect opened the driver's door, pointed a handgun out towards the back of the car, and began firing at Officer Hem approximately 14 times. Officer Hem moved away from the threat, took cover, and returned fire as the suspect continued to shoot. The suspect then opened the door with his hands raised as though he was going to surrender. At that moment, the suspect exited and ran from arresting officers. The officers chased the suspect on foot through the complex. The officers caught the suspect. He resisted and was tased in order to be taken into custody. 3 officers were injured during this incident. The suspect and Officer Hem were not injured during the gunfight. A total of 38 cartridges were recovered from the scene, 14 by the suspect, 24 by our victim officer. Right now, we're going to look at the video. I'll give some closing comments, and then we'll take some questions.
Infiniti, Papa Whiskey Juliet, 7368. I think he's downstairs.
Shots fired.
red, white male, black shirt, 118.
Okay.
Still going to the complex. Infinity, Papa Whiskey Juliet, 7368. I think he's got bail. You know, I've been doing this job for a long time, and when I watched that video firsthand yesterday, it's very sobering. I think anybody that has done this job before recognizes that. Listen, you know, the reduction of violent crime in our city, these violent individuals need to be taken into custody. And the only way they're taken into custody is through proactive policing. Without this type of tenacious, brave, dedicated work, this city would be lost. You know, this also comes at a price. You know, as we look at the entirety of this situation, and I need to, but also, as I see the sobering video, I also fixated on Officer Hem. You know, we ask our officers to be guardians, and they are. But in moments such as this, we need them to be warriors. And Officer Hem was. You know, he faced evil, he fought back, used great tactics, and then after being shot at with an individual who's trying to kill him, he chases him and ultimately apprehends the suspect. You know, not only are we all proud of Officer Hem, we were very lucky in this incident, but the city of Dallas and the DPD won that day. And the residents of the city won that day. And with that, I'll open up to questions.
Chief, do you think in this 21st century, in 2022, that people are more willing to engage violently, gunfight with police officers? You've had several officers shot at in the last 4 months.
Yeah, I will tell you this, it comes down to accountability. I believe suspects and criminals have seemed to be emboldened by what's been going on nationally, not just locally. And they're willing to take our men and women on that are sacrificing their lives for their communities. That's, to me, what it comes down to.
Chief, you know this guy was also had on bond. You know, as of the case that we've been covering with Guerrero, that some of these guys are out on bond, they're not staying in jail. How frustrating is that? Because this is a convicted felon that you guys are after.
Well, I mean, obviously with the bond issue, particularly the one from the yesterday's story, there's just reckless decisions that are being done in the name of reform, which is not for reform. It's reckless. It does not make our city safe. It's a slap in the face to the men and women that sacrifice their lives. It's a slap in the face to the Officer Hems that are not only in the DPD but across this country that are doing that work. And then it's a slap in the face to our victims and a slap in the face to anyone who's going to be victimized in the city of Dallas or anywhere around this country. So I'm not buying this reform when it's an issue of violent crime. It's certainly an issue not just here but nationally.
Chief, after seeing an officer shot at and then being in pursuit, is it fair that he had the right to shoot him in that pursuit?
You know what? I'm not going to Monday morning quarterback or what have you. I mean, the perspective is the fear that the officer felt at that time. Officer Hem was a warrior. You know what? That guy needed to get apprehended, and he chased him. You know, his decisions after that, those are on him. I can't really get a different set of facts. Had he shot while he was running away or what have you? I don't know. I mean, for anybody who's watching this or what have you, if they can imagine themselves being in that position, being shot at, taking cover, returning fire, and then chasing this guy, I mean, Hem's a stud.
Chief, si nos puede dar un resumen rápido en español, cómo se siente de lo que pasó. Primero un resumen y luego cómo se siente.
Estamos tratando de agarrar a alguien un sospechoso que era violento, que lo estábamos buscando hace semanas atrás. Lo encontramos esta noche y cuando un policía trató de parar el sospechoso, él paró el carro y entonces abrió la puerta y empezó a tirar balazos a mi oficial. 14 veces. Mi oficial también disparó y cuando terminó disparó, el sospechoso empezó a correr y el policía corrió después de él, después que lo trató de matar y lo agarramos nosotros. Es algo que está pasando muchas veces, no solamente localmente aquí, pero en los Estados Unidos. Si es algo que mis oficiales que están sacrificando sus vidas para esta ciudad y para nuestras comunidades, para ver esto, es algo que me toca a mí. Yo he estado haciendo este trabajo por 30 años ya y cada vez que veo esto, lo he visto ya muchas veces, se me paran los pelos cada vez. Ganamos. El departamento de Dallas ganó esa noche, la ciudad de Dallas ganó esa noche y un sospechoso no va a poder herir a alguien en esta ciudad, si Dios quiere.
Porque luego sale muy fácil como...
Bueno, tú sabes que nosotros tenemos que hacer nuestro trabajo y las otras partes del sistema tienen que hacer su trabajo también.
¿Cómo lo hace sentir eso de que hayan dejado o que le hayan puesto una fianza a alguien tan peligroso?
Es irresponsable.
Es irresponsable, no están pendientes de lo que estamos haciendo nosotros, no están pendientes de nuestras víctimas de la ciudad, no están pendientes que los residentes de la ciudad de Dallas quieren mantener paz en su comunidad. Y las decisiones que están haciendo los jueces son bien irresponsables.
What's the condition of the 3 injured officers?
They're fine. They'll be okay.
No one in hospital or anything like that?
I don't believe so. No. Obviously, we talk about physical, all right? But what we need to take a step back to also mental. We break down this video, as you might break it down later on. There's a scene there where we had almost an officer get pinned up against this car with this individual. My concern, not only for their physical well-being, particularly all of them mentally, but particularly Officer Hem, that guy, I can't speak more highly of that guy.
Have you had a chance to speak with him?
I did, and he's doing well. For what I've seen, he's doing well. But again, those are things. You talk about fight or flight. There's a lot of people that think they know what they would do in situations like that, but until it happens, and man, that's the type of cop that I want as a partner.
Chief, can you talk specifically about the bond reduction of the suspect Pedro Guerrero and Julio Guerrero? Do you believe that was appropriate?
No, it was reckless, irresponsible, not appropriate. I truly have no idea. I just want some common sense decisions. As I mentioned earlier, this is not reform. These are reckless decisions that endanger our community, and it's a slap in the face, again, to the sacrifices of what you just saw right now.
And given the background of this suspect, Anderson, here, do you believe that he should have been in custody or behind bars and not on probation? Was that another of these mistakes?
And I can't speak, I don't want to, paint everything with a broad brush. I'd have to look at everything specifically, so I don't know. But I do know that there are some careless decisions being made in the name of reform against violent individuals and people that cause our community harm that we really need to take a look at. But again, specific to, his criminal history and how he should have been back, I'm not that familiar with his entire history to be able to comment on it. Well, we're hopeful. Sorry. We're hopeful that the rest of the criminal justice system steps up, like Officer Hem stepped up here. That's what I'm hopeful for.
Is the suspect out in the hospital?
He's already in jail.
Yeah, he's in jail. Anything else? Okay, thank you.